this is Jenna Burt, host of the Confessions of a Military Spouse podcast. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hey, Crowned Pals. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Jess.
And welcome back to Crowned and Dangerous.
Episode 13.
Lucky 13. Ironically, it's our Valentine's Day episode. I think that says something about us.
Yikes.
But we're back, and already, if you haven't checked out our last episode, we talked about life after the crown and me not washing my hair and wearing a wig.
I love dry shampoo for that reason.
Yeah, it's great.
Delish.
But today, we have a very special guest on our podcast to talk about her experience as Miss Indiana, which is very exciting. And then after that, we are diving into some Valentine's Day topics where you know it's going to get juicy because A, we like to dish, B, we're in our early 20s. So I think that just automatically means that our love lives are a total disaster.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with our special guest.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
All right, we are back, and we are here with a very, very special guest today, a Miss America State title holder. We're so excited to have her from the Midwest. We're excited to welcome you here, Miss Lydia. She is Miss Indiana 2018. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, we're so pumped to have you. I know we chatted a little bit previously about having you on the podcast, but now it's finally happening. So we are really, really pumped to just chat with you about your experience in the Miss America organization and beyond. So do you want to start out and just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, where you're from, education, what you've been up to as Miss Indiana?
Yes. So I am born and raised in Indiana. I'm from a really small town called Kendallville. I'm 21 years old. And when I am done with my year of service as Miss Indiana, I'll be studying education and music at Trine University, where I was, as Miss Indiana, awarded a full ride. So I'm excited to use the scholarships from the organization. And I've loved my year as Miss Indiana so far, and it's just been a blast.
Oh, that's so fun. So what kind of inspired you to start or to pursue the current track that you're on with your own education?
It's actually all because of the Miss America organization scholarships that I'm going into what I am doing. So a year ago, I was actually working full-time and going to college online due to affordability. And I thought I wanted to do business because that is just what fiscally made sense for me. It was the safe thing to do. But I always had this passion for music education, but I was scared to financially go towards the direction of that dream with the fear of student debt. But then the night I won Miss Indiana, I was told that I was awarded a full ride to a private university where I could study education and pursue that dream. So now I've switched gears, again, thanks to the scholarships provided in this organization, and I'll be able to pursue something I'm actually genuinely passionate about. And I'm just so excited to keep my passion for the arts going after my year of service as Miss Indiana by pursuing education in music.
Oh, that is super cool.
So
and that's
awesome.
A really nice story to hear. Like it's very heartwarming. I like that story.
It is.
And
speaking of platform stuff.
Well, I wanted to ask, because your platform is about keeping the arts alive. And I really like that. And I'm biased as well because when I had my first title, my platform was ensuring the future of the performing arts. But I remember, so when I started competing, it was 2015. And that's when Miss America was really pushing STEM. I don't know if you remember that, and I kind of felt like I was sometimes fighting an uphill battle trying to convince people how important the arts are and how they actually enhance skills in the STEM fields. What would you say, like, what's your journey with that, promoting the arts when people were kind of on the STEM train?
Absolutely. I hear STEM all the time, and to people who really push that, I don't combat that, but what I say is STEAM, which is simply adding the arts and understanding that, of course, academics are important, but really arts education is just as imperative as math, English, science, technology, because when you even look at countries like Hungary and Japan, I love the statistic. Those countries, they have mandatory arts classes K through 12, and their math and science scores are all higher than countries who do not have mandatory arts for their students. So that is just a statistical fact that shows that arts education truly makes a difference in STEM. So that's why I think that the arts should be added and should be pushed just as much as any other aspect of our education.
Right. And I think it's kind of interesting too, because I think as the years have gone by, Miss America hasn't maybe mentioned STEM as much. I remember it used to be on the page instead of the success point of the crown. But I also always thought it was interesting too, because Miss America has a talent portion, and that's usually something that's arts based, as well as, you know, when you're encouraging women to pursue their education, to pursue what they want, you want to be able to offer all options and say, you know what, you can go into the arts field and be successful. You can still be strong. You can still be talented, empowered, etc. So I like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I also think another misconception I hear a lot is that you have to be like particularly talented to get involved in the arts. And I don't think that the arts are just for someone who can sing, dance, or play an instrument or paint. I think the arts have a place for everyone. I mean, theater is a great example of this because you can help backstage or help run lights or sound, and you're still getting involved in your school and your community, and you're still being a part of something that pushes you to learn skills and kind of be a part of that. And I think sometimes the arts are just a place for other students who may not be athletic or particularly academic, a place to belong. And that's really a magical thing and an important thing for our kids to have access to.
Oh, for sure. I wish that I had been involved in theater when I was younger because I thought it would be so much fun, but I never did. But in college once I did paint a set, so I'm doing my best.
Yes.
Let's segue a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your experience competing for Miss Indiana because, you know, we were kind of looking at your blog and you mentioned that it took 12 local competitions before you won your first title. And a lot of people, I think, can relate to that, especially a lot of our listeners who may be competing this year or maybe haven't won their first title yet. So kind of explain where you got started competing for Miss Indiana leading up to when you finally won.
It's funny. I actually got started back when they still did a preteen program. So I go way back. That was like in 2009. They're no longer doing the preteen and princess programs where they're competitive, but I did them back in the competitive days where I was first introduced to the Outstanding Teen program. So then, of course, I became eligible for the Outstanding Teen. I did that for 2 years, and I never won Miss Indiana's Outstanding Teen. But I decided like a month after aging out of teen to do my first Miss Local. So I did start very young. I was a senior in high school when I decided to dive into the Miss World of the Miss America organization. And that was a transition. You do teen, you get comfortable with it, and now you're suddenly pushed into this different world where there's swimsuit and current events. And yeah, it took me 2 years and 12 local competitions in order to attain my first Miss title. And I really look back on that, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way because with each loss, and I like to put those in quotation marks, I was learning so much that made me the person and competitor I am today. And I think the competitor that made me who I was and was ready to be at Miss America. So that's kind of like the wrapped up summary of how I got to be my, title holder the first time. It was crazy.
For sure. So what kind of, I mean, it's difficult to lose. It really is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, been there, done that multiple times, but what really kept you going when you may have felt really low or when you were like, why is this not my time yet? What kind of kept you going?
Yeah. And I mean, even though I look back on it with positivity now, in the moment, it is so hard, especially on your 10th and 11th time, to be, ripped away of this dream. And it feels like that in the moment when you don't win it. It just feels like am I ever going to? And you can really get in your head, and your mindset can be so negative. But even though it would hurt for a few days, anytime that I would reflect back on those times where I was losing, I kept thinking about how much fun I had with my sisters. Like the sisterhood is so strong. That's so cliche, but it's true. I mean, look at your friendship. You're a great example of that. And I was thinking about the skills that I had learned throughout my time competing, and I didn't want to stop pursuing all of the growth that I'd already seen. And I knew even if there was a lot of struggle along the way, I could keep growing and keep learning and growing in more ways with the women beside me and being empowered alongside my sisters. And I didn't want to give up on it quite yet. There was a few times I almost did, but obviously I'm very glad I did not. And I think a huge thing that helped me push past it was my mindset, because I think the reason I kept losing was because I was constantly asking myself, what am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? And when you ask yourself that, and you're obviously in a negative mindset, so how are you going to confidently be able to convince the judges when you can't even convince yourself that you're worthy? So I really had to do a lot of self-love before I finally saw success.
That's awesome.
How would you say, just a really quick, because we're about to wrap up, but a quick, how would you show yourself self-love? I know that sounds probably kind of like a basic question, but I think that is something that people struggle with, especially during local season.
For sure.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me personally within my journey is just understanding that comparison is the last thing that you need to do, because that's where all of my kind of self-hatred came from, was I don't look like this, or maybe I don't speak as well as this person. And comparison was kind of my evil little thing that got me every time. And so I realized that I had to just focus on what I had to offer, because that's different than what the girl next to me has to offer, and so on. And I think that's what I see get most girls, is they're so focused on comparison or trying to be something that they think the judges want them to be. So for me, it was just, what can I offer this organization? And just being really confident in that and finding my confidence within that, and a lot of positive affirmations as well.
Oh, for sure. I think that's so valuable. I mean, it's so easy to get so down on yourself, especially through this entire process, that I think it's important to take a step back and realize that. Because I know a lot of people will most likely get caught up in, I'm not doing well enough. I'm not placing. What am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? And it's easy to get caught up on that. So take a moment to step back. I think that's so important. Speaking of like comparison and not feeling great about yourself, there is something to be very proud of though, because you were the first Miss Indiana to win in a one-piece swimsuit in over 20 years, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I bet that felt great. But how did you feel when the swimsuit change was announced initially before you were going to Miss America?
I know that this is kind of a controversial subject with our organization, but obviously I'm kind of on the side where I was really excited about this change as a woman who had struggled with her body image, specifically because of the swimsuit portion of competition. Now, also with that being said, I also respect the fact that this did empower a lot of women. But for my personal story, it wasn't very empowering for me. And I think that's just because I had different struggles in my life than other women did. And I can kind of see that it's not a black or white situation. But for my personal journey, I was so excited. And it was a week before Miss Indiana. So it actually made me feel so much better about my crazy decision to wear a one piece, because I was really told that I couldn't win in a one piece and that I wasn't the right size to be Miss Indiana. And so when this change happened, I just felt so validated in my own journey, and it was just exhilarating. And I honestly cried tears of joy, as cliche as that sounds. And I just was so excited then to go on to win Miss Indiana and go to Miss America without that phase of competition. Because had I won Miss Indiana any time before, I would have gone in swimsuit. So that just shows that everything happens for a reason, and that my journey was meant to be in the timing that was kind of how it happened. The timing happened how it was supposed to be, and I'm just happy that that change aligned with my journey going to Miss America.
For sure. I think that just goes to show the importance of timing. It all happens when it's supposed to.
It does. It really does.
Amen. I agree.
Do you want to do a quick recap of your experience at Miss America before we kind of close out?
Yeah. So, wow, I have to think back. It's the archives of my brain. But yeah, so Miss America, obviously, it's such an amazing experience. And I think my biggest takeaway was this year was the strength of our sisterhood. It's no secret that this year was a really transitional year and a hard year, to be honest, to compete at Miss America. But something that got all of us through it was each other. And being with 50 other women who are so like-minded, so service-oriented, and so intelligent, and how amazing they were. It empowered me to be a better individual and a better title holder. And I just can't say enough how much that aspect changed my life the most, because meeting them just encouraged me to be the best version of myself in a whole different way. And of course, singing on the national stage had been my dream since I got involved in the program in 2009. So that was probably my highlight in competition, was finally singing on the Miss America stage. But I just definitely always take it back to sisterhood, because that was just the best. And I still talk to them every day. I love my state title holders.
That's so special. I mean, we're sitting here in our pageant pad together now as roommates when we met 2 years ago. So the sisterhood is real strong.
I love that so much.
All right. We will
That's
wrap
so cool.
up. We'll wrap up with just a couple of questions, and then we will close out. So do you have any advice for girls competing this year, and then maybe your own plan now after you're done with your year as Miss Indiana?
Yeah, I think the biggest advice that I always make sure to really push to young women, either wanting to get involved or are already involved, really stay true to yourself, because if you are in this to become anything other than yourself, you're going to find a lot of failure. But if you're just using this organization as a tool to become the best you that you can be, you're going to find a lot of success, whether that's with a crown or whether that's just with personal growth. And along with that, back to the comparison, don't do it. I've always said that pageants are truly competing against yourself. So instead, think about how you can be better, not how you could be better than the girl next to you, because everyone has something different to offer. And so be confident enough to know that you deserve the title, but humble enough to know that anyone else can have it too, so you have it at peace with the competition. And that's probably my biggest advice for anyone.
Awesome. So what's next?
I'm so excited to again use that full ride to Trine University and in Indiana to pursue education in music. I would love, the dream is to be a feeder educator for middle school and to perform on the side. You can never pull me off the stage. I will be 80 and singing in theater. So that's kind of the goal. And of course, I will be a volunteer within the Miss Indiana organization in any way that I can. So I also can't get rid of me in the Miss Indiana organization either. I love that.
Love that. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for hopping on with us and sharing a little bit about your life and your journey to Miss America. We really enjoyed having you on.
Yes, thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Absolutely. So we will take a quick break, and then we will wrap up as we close out episode 13. So we will be right back.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
All right, and we are back to talk about Valentine's Day, which I actually love Valentine's Day, even though I'm always single on Valentine's Day every year. But I just think it's the cutest holiday. I love flowers, which I'll probably buy flowers for myself. We'll buy them for our apartment.
Yeah, we can deck this place out.
That would be exciting. But it's also my birthday month. And as I tell every single person who asks when my birthday is, I say, it's in February and it's my golden birthday. Yay! Because I'm very excited. Growing up, my sister got her golden birthday when she was 12. Ugh. So I was so jealous I had to wait, how many years after, 11 years after that,
Yeah.
to get my golden birthday. And I remember she got this special golden duck charm for her bracelet. And she will listen to this and she'll text me and say, that wasn't even, a present. That thing was so cheap. But I was so jealous. So
I'll get you a duck charm.
Okay, well, I've been telling my parents, and obviously I'm turning 23. I don't need anything, but I've just been joking and being like, I need something special for my golden birthday.
Yeah.
And they're like, shut up and grow up.
Okay.
That's how we do it in my family. But
You got it.
yeah, so birthday month, Valentine's Day.
It's a good month.
Oh my God, I have a funny story to tell you. It's actually really embarrassing.
Okay, let's go.
But I love a good cringy 13-year-old Madeline story.
Oh, yes.
So my junior high was very unique because it was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we couldn't at the time fit freshmen at our high school, apparently, whatever. So we would do these things called hush hearts.
Oh, no.
And hush hearts
I'm already cringing.
I know, they were these cutout construction paper hearts. And every year the roles would reverse. So 7th grade, it was girls wore them. 8th grade boys, 9th grade girls again.
Wait, you wore them?
No, so you pin them to your shirt. No,
Wait.
this is really actually like kind of effed up. Like,
Oh, I just hurt my throat.
so this is what we do. You pin them to your shirt, and during class time it was fine, but then during passing time you could not talk to a boy. Otherwise, you would give them your hush heart, and then you could talk for the rest of the day. And then whoever got the most hush hearts at the end of the day won a prize. Is this still allowed in modern day schooling? Because this was a thing 10 years ago when I was in 7th grade.
Oh my God.
And I would hold out to the end of the day just so people would beg for my heart. And then I would give them to my crush.
Still begging for your heart every day.
Oh my God. Puke. But just how cringy is that? Let us know if your school did anything like that, because that was a big deal at my school. And then you would have to wear white if you were single.
What?
Pink if you had a crush, and red if you were taken.
What?
I know.
Wait, this was middle school?
This junior high.
Junior high?
Yeah,
Okay.
7th through 9th grade we did
That's
this.
weird.
And I don't know if they do it anymore. I'm going to have to look into that. But
please.
so that's kind of my Valentine's Day experience growing up. Otherwise, I was always pretty single. I think one time a guy got me flowers and a teddy bear senior year. But
I mean, right now, at my current state, I got a package in the mail the other day from my grandma.
oh, I thought you were going to say a boy, and I was like, you did not tell me about this. Oh, that blanket that you got you, I use that. I love it.
God, yeah. My grandma sent me a little Valentine's care package with this really fuzzy Valentine's Day blanket, and then also a copy of Better Homes and Gardens.
That's really cute. My mom always gets me something for Valentine's
So
Day,
cute.
and it's really nice. My mom is the best. But I just love Valentine's Day, and a lot of people don't celebrate it, which I personally think is kind of sad because
No, spread the love.
yeah, I love flowers. I just got a flower scented candle so I can pretend I have roses from someone.
Okay, I'll send roses to your work.
You would not do
And
that.
I'll sign it.
She's saying this now, but she's not going to do it. It's going to be Valentine's.
Really?
It's going to be Valentine's Day. I'm going to be sitting at work all day waiting for my roses, and they're never going to come. And then I'm going to get home and walk right to my room and not talk to you.
They're going to be official Miss America long stems just coming through the door.
Oh my gosh.
In the back of a truck.
Then everybody at my work will be like, whose are those?
You're like,
Who are they
"Just
from?
Jess."
I'll be like, I have something to tell you.
My side hoe.
Oh my gosh. My side piece. That's funny. But anyways,
Oh my God.
Valentine's Day. Have you done anything good for Valentine's Day in the past? Anything cringy,
Oh.
cute?
I mean, even when I was in a relationship, I was like, I don't want to do the standard teddy bear, chocolates, flowers. I don't know. I was never into that. I was like, take me out to dinner, and
That's pretty standard.
I
Going out
guess
to
it is.
dinner.
But I just don't like all the little cheesy stuff.
Who doesn't want
I
flowers?
love flowers. I love flowers, but the heart-shaped chocolate and a teddy bear, I'm like, I could do without.
Would you judge someone if they got you Walmart flowers versus flowers from a florist?
I don't know. So I feel like flowers are flowers. I mean, if they're pretty, I'll
Yeah,
still put them in a vase.
I would want a really big bouquet.
But-
Though I'm very bougie. My family makes fun of me for that, and I'm not materialistic, but
Yeah.
I think a girl's dream is she always wants a dozen roses.
Oh
or
my God, I
something.
would love that. Pink ones.
Yeah,
Mm,
but
yep.
I know. But what I'm saying is what if it's just Walmart flowers? I could tell stories about friends I've had who's I can't
Yeah.
tell those stories.
Okay,
right now,
but can we talk about the $1 million perfect? Actually, no, the worst Valentine's Day gift that a guy can get a girl is a heart-shaped necklace.
oh,
Ah! I swear.
Oh no, what if I hope no one's listening to this who does that, but like.
No, but seriously, it's enough. I've had enough.
Okay, my junior high boyfriend got me a necklace with hearts on it. I never wore it.
No, I hate it.
I know.
I'm
not a necklace person though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm an earring and like I would wear a ring, preferably 6 carats.
A large diamond.
But
on your left hand.
on the third finger, no. But yeah, heart-shaped jewelry.
Heart-shaped jewelry, I've just had enough with.
I would be fine with rose petals somewhere.
That would be cute.
That would be really cute.
Like walking in the door after work, like my man's cooking
Yeah, but then
dinner.
unless they have a key to your house, that if I walked in, there's a random guy here
I'm
cooking
saying, like,
dinner.
You're married.
Oh yeah,
or, like,
that's
living
cute.
with the person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But I like to go out to dinner. I'm somebody that like, yeah, cook for me any day of the week, but like take me out to dinner for Valentine's Day.
True. Oh, I love that.
I know, but I'm ironically single, so maybe my expectations are too high. I don't know.
No, keep them high. Keep them high. Don't settle.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is actually an empowerment message for Valentine's Day. You don't need a man.
Oh my god, though I cannot stand the term Galentine's Day.
I'm throwing up.
I know. I ran an organization in college called Her Campus, and we always did like Galentine's Day, like ideas and specials, and I'm just so cringed out from it. But one of my favorite Valentine's Days was my roommates my sophomore year of college. We bought chocolate, we bought cheese, we bought wine, and we watched Valentine's Day that night, and it was great.
Well, that sounds actually really nice.
Totally.
I mean, we're both single, so
yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Do you think we'll have dates for Valentine's? Somebody at work today, they asked me.
I really want a Valentine's Day.
They were like, "Are you sad that you don't have a Valentine's Day date?" And I was like, "No, not really." Then they asked me again. They're like, "Oh, are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm actually fine."
You're like, now that you asked me again.
But I feel like I'm also someone who's like definitely okay with not being, and like I don't know, like I just feel like I personally feel so young. Mm-hmm. I hope I'm not one of those really bad, like, 50-year-olds that still thinks they're 22 and they dress like a 22-year-old. They can never grow up. They're down in, like, the Grey Goose or whatever,
No.
But
I aspire to be that,
Oh,
though.
I don't know. I can't wait till my sister has kids so I can be the crazy aunt with the Nerf guns. But, yeah, I love that. But
Valentine's Day is a cringy word, but in theory, it really is kind of fun.
Yeah, totally. Or, and you know the movie Valentine's Day when she has a piñata?
Oh, yeah.
And they go to the dinner? I think that would be really fun. I don't hate love, though, or hate couples.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe Jessica does. It depends.
It depends on the couple.
Yeah.
Some couples are just like, I've had enough. Maybe I'm just salty.
I would love to do a couples massage on Valentine's Day.
Oh, I love that.
Though I don't know if it's awkward getting a massage with like another guy in the room. Is that weird? Like, do you guys just get naked together and like then put the towels on and lay down? Like, I don't get it.
How that works.
Somebody educate me on that. Somebody who's like in a good couple relationship, let me know.
Yeah, because I feel like that'd be fun. Just to, like, relax
to
together.
get naked. Oh my god.
Well, you know.
No, I know. I love getting a massage. It's the best. But that's on this list that I'm looking at right now for different Valentine's Day ideas.
Things you can do.
Oh my gosh, fortune tellers. That's kind of cool.
Ooh,
take a tango class.
I would love. Okay, this is on my bucket list of things to do. Like on a date, I want to take like a ballroom dance class.
See, I would have to do it with somebody that I actually really like. Because
the first date, absolutely not.
I'm really competitive. Not really like pageant wise, but just like growing up dance wise. Like anything I try, I want to be really good at. So if they had no rhythm, I'd probably be that person that got really frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Unless maybe I had a few drinks, and I probably wouldn't care.
True. What was the other one? The fortune telling, tarot card reading.
I love doing that.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Go ice skating.
I don't think I ever told the story of the date that happened on. We'll save that for another time.
Go to a theater, movie night in. No, like to me that's the stuff you can do any day, and to me I think holidays you should do something extra special. But then some people are like, no, like we never do that stuff. Like we're just not into it, and like you know what, whatever floats your boat.
Right, but I feel like people that are like that, you need to reevaluate, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Have a little love every day.
Let us know if you guys have any good Valentine's Day dates or any horrible ones that we can tell on our podcast.
I'd love to hear like a bad Valentine's
we won't
Day
give
date.
Names if you don't want to.
Completely anonymous, but actually I'd really love to hear that. I think that'd be so funny.
One was, I just saw one option. It said see a burlesque show.
Ooh. I don't know if I'd want to see that with like a significant other though.
Would you get jealous?
I don't know.
I don't think it's like guys going to a strip club.
That's true. Would you ever go to a strip club with a guy?
Would it be female strippers or male strippers?
Female.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm someone that's like so open
Very
that,
open with that.
it takes a lot to really bother me.
Right.
Because like that's what they do in bachelor parties, right?
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, he's still gonna go home with you anyway.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Well, we'll see how the night turns out.
Right. But no, I think
What else is on this list?
dive bars. I love a good dive bar.
Dive bars. That's my
Like,
favorite.
I just love sitting at like a dive bar and
Just chilling.
He surprised me with a dozen roses, a giant heart with chocolate inside, and a handmade card. So basically, Jess's nightmare.
My nightmare. I hate that.
I
like flowers.
I love
but
flowers.
All the other stuff.
wine
like,
tasting. That's cute.
A wine tasting would be fun. Go to a winery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not in Wisconsin because it's negative 1,000,000 degrees out.
Right. He surprised me by booking a hotel room. I
Oh.
think that could go really south fast.
Depending on your relationship status, you know.
Right.
Okay, I heard a story from a friend though who.
Champagne and roses. That's cute.
Okay, I would like that.
People do like boudoir shoots. They do.
I think that's a cute idea.
Yeah, 100%.
Totally would do that.
Can't relate though, because like
No.
we're not in relationships.
No, well,
we could do it for each other.
Yes, that's what you're getting for Valentine's Day. You'll wake up to a huge poster on the wall out here of just me in underwear.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
No, I was talking
One of
to
the both of us. People walk in.
Oh my god, actually, that's kind of a dream.
Hilarious. Put that on the list.
Oh, I was talking to a friend who he just broke up with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend lives in Denver, and he is surprised flying out to see her in Denver for Valentine's Day to try and get back with her.
Sometimes
Isn't
I
that
feel
terrible?
like you just wait. What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So he and his girlfriend broke up a while back,
Mhm.
and he bought a plane ticket to Denver to go see her for Valentine's Day to try and get back with her. Surprise.
You think that's bad?
I think that's terrible.
Oh, I think that's the thing you see in the movies.
Oh, I think it'd be bad.
If he
I mean,
shows
they
up-
haven't talked. They haven't talked since though, and they broke up.
Then how would you know he's? Wait, you're friends with the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think it's a really bad idea because I feel like it could go south for him.
Yeah, but like it's
she
one of
might
those
be like,
things. You have
why
to
are you
shoot
here?
your shot. You have to take a chance, and then if he,
I know
I mean,
you're
it's-
really into that though.
I am though, because
Yeah.
I'm a big gesture person.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you know, maybe he knows the relationship, maybe it'll work out, and if it doesn't, then you know that you gave it everything you could,
I
so you
guess.
can never say that you didn't try.
But here's the kicker. He also is surprising her with tickets to a cruise for spring break,
Ooh,
which is
why did
I
they
feel
break
like
up?
that's, like months ago.
No, why?
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact details on it.
Hmm.
I just know it was a little messy.
Well, maybe if we find out, we'll report back and let you know.
I'm
how
just
it
really
goes.
curious to see how this turns out because I feel like it might go south, and he'll be even more upset than before.
This one, we had plans to go out for dinner, but then he showed up at my house and told me he was making me dinner instead of going out. I'd be pissed.
I'd be mad too.
I'd be like, I just dressed up, I
Yeah,
did a
got
full
ready.
hair, got a new outfit.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like scrubbing.
I sound so high maintenance on this. I don't really. Do you think I'm high maintenance?
No,
Do you
that was
really?
not convincing, was it?
Do you think I'm high maintenance?
Some days. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
What's my most diva high maintenance moment?
While we've been living here,
Mhm.
I feel like it was like, well, no, like every time that we go out, it's like, okay, Maddie, we're leaving at 8, and you're like, it's like 8:45, 9 o'clock. You're like, okay, I'm getting ready now.
No, that is okay. It's never been 45 minutes. I end up like I just can't. I have no excuse. I will
Okay.
say though, like everyone in my like
Mhm.
female in my family, like starting with my grandma, has run late. My grandma
Okay.
ran late. My mom.
It's in the
was
genetics.
yeah, it is.
Okay. I think that's funny.
But
Do you think like that's actually a thing? Do you think it actually is genetic?
Mhm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I think it's just habits formed. You know,
True.
it's never been 45 minutes. If anything, it's been like 10.
Okay, but we always have to take a good gram pick first,
Oh
which
yeah.
sometimes sets us back.
Well, when has that set us back though? Actually,
We've never been actually late for something.
no, never.
Because we're
New Year's was fine.
New Year's was fine.
The pageant was fine.
Yep.
So she's just making crap up. She's just trying to convince you that I suck.
No, you asked. This is not my fault.
But anyways, I sound very high maintenance on this episode, but it's only because it's a holiday.
Yes.
And
we have higher expectations.
Right.
On
And I would be just as like high maintenance for the guy as well. Like I love spoiling people too.
Oh yeah.
So I would like
giving gifts
is fun, like doing something special. What do you get a guy for Valentine's Day?
The last Valentine's Day when I was in a relationship, I got him like a subscription to like a beer of the month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because he was like a big beer guy, so I did that for him.
That's creative,
which was fun. But yeah, I always think, I mean, sometimes it's nice. I mean, for anybody, I think it's good to not go with the standard and go like with something that they're interested in or something a liting bit unique.
Yeah,
to
something
them.
Unique, something interesting. I always think too, like baking them something is just like a little like side piece you could do.
Yeah.
I know people who've done like boudoir and stuff. I think that stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else.
What else is fun to do?
I think subscription boxes and services are like a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, like one of my coworkers gets a wine of the month, which is fun. Yeah, subscription boxes are fun.
That's really fun.
Cute
stuff. Let us know what you do for Valentine's Day, any bad date stories, etc. We want to hear it all.
Yes, please.
But we're going to move on to our normal segments now. Our What Would You Rather Crowned and Dangerous edition.
So,
our question for the day is, if you could have a score thrown out, would you rather it be talent or onstage question? Mine's going to be short and sweet. Onstage question.
100%. I hate that.
No, and that's the thing too. In my interviews, I feel pretty comfortable talking about anything, but something about being in front of everyone with the microphone and also a question that is so unrelated really to me or my platform is a little bit difficult, especially questions.
And you have a 20-second time limit.
Well, and I think the problem is that a lot of questions aren't written nicely or a lot of questions just aren't good.
Yep.
I think it's really hard to write good passion questions, so I'm not throwing shade there, but you sit and listen, and a lot of them are just kind of like, where did that come from?
Right. And a lot of them too are not on the same level. So like say you have 15 different onstage questions for all the contestants. Some of them are really difficult and some of them are like, hello, piece of cake.
Well, I just think it's a little ridiculous to expect, people to solve the world's problems when we can't.
When our
government can't solve it.
Problems. Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Frustrating.
Exactly.
Ugh.
So let us know. We'll throw up a poll on our Facebook page, which score you would rather have thrown out.
Yeah.
I think talent would be nice sometimes to be thrown out, but
you commit a lot of time to talent.
You do. It's
exhausting.
It is.
And talent, I've said this before, talent's not my strongest either, but I hate onstage question more.
But you can, and the thing is too, with onstage question, you can kind of prepare with that with interview, so it's kind of like two-in-one deal.
Yeah. Tricky.
Exactly.
Tricky. All right. Shall we wrap up?
Let's wrap her up.
Let's wrap up. So again, a huge thank you to Lydia for hopping on with us for a little interview. We love her. We're so glad that she reached out and we could make this happen. But again, be sure to follow Public House Media and Crowned and Dangerous on Instagram. Like us over on Facebook. Subscribe, rate, and review the show wherever you're listening. Right after this, make sure you give us a good 5 stars. You can comment, email us, slide into our DMs. Just hit us up on social because we love to hear from you.
We will be back in 2 weeks on February 21st, 2 days before my golden birthday. This has been Maddie and Jess reminding you to always wear your invisible crown. Keep it real. And if you do not know what to say, world peace.